Avaya is an organisation that focuses on delivering collaboration technology for organisations of all sizes. What we mean by collaboration technology is anything from the desk phone on somebody's desk through to technology on an iPad, through to large contact centres and the networks that support them. So it's anything that allows people to work together and work more effectively and collaborate rapidly and efficiently. So there are a couple of key trends which are really affecting organisations at the moment. One of the trends is the whole trend towards bring your own device. People want to come into a company today with their own smartphone and their own iPad, and they want to be able to just use that as their device of choice in the office, at an airport gate, when they're on holiday, and they want to be able to connect to everything that they would normally get within the office. That's a key challenge for companies. They need to make sure that that device is secure. They need to make sure it's got access to all the normal enterprise or organisational assets that they would normally have, like your back-end systems, your accounting software, or how your salespeople keep in touch. And we do a lot to be able to support people in that. That's one key trend. Another key trend is people wanting to be able to call into a contact centre or contact the contact centre via Facebook or Twitter and have a response almost instantly. And the whole trend towards social media has changed what people think is normal, good customer service. And organisations need to be able to respond to that really quickly. So those are a couple of key trends. What's interesting is the really forward-thinking organisations are the ones which are not trying to ignore or push against those trends, because they're not going to go away. You know, it's amazing to think that the iPad actually only appeared 3 years ago, and the iPad has just turned the way that we think about collaboration upside down only in 3 years. It's not going to go away, and there are organisations like Avaya that provide solutions which allow that iPad to really be well used and give a lot of customer service to that individual. One of the new solutions that we're putting a lot of effort behind is video. And there's been a big change in the way that video is used within organisations. I think people tend to think of something like video conferencing as a room that people used to go to. It was a big bank of video screens. Nobody knew how it worked. Nobody knew how to book the video conferencing room. And as a result, the utilisation level tended to be really low. And people struggled to see whether or not it was worth investing in it in the first place. Now what we see through the trends towards iPad technology or any type of tablet and smartphones, people want to be able to get on a video conference with somebody just in real time, because people have worked out that it's much easier to be able to collaborate and interact with someone if you can see their face rather than just sitting on a phone call with them or over an instant messaging approach. So video has gone from being the room that you go to the thing that you do. And there are some very cool technologies which allow you to send somebody an Outlook invitation, and you just click on the Outlook invitation and it pops up immediately into a live video conference. And what's very nice is that doesn't need to be just a two-way video conference. It can involve as many people as you can fit on the screen. You can have people go in and out of that video conference at will. But what's really nice is where you can do things like sharing slides, different people present on the video conference. So it really becomes like a normal business meeting. And there are some very cool functions, like there's always one person who joins late. So they've joined 10 minutes late. What's really nice is when you can sneak into the meeting 10 minutes late and you can scroll back through the slides that have already been presented and no one knows that you're even doing it. So it gives you an ability to catch up very quickly in a live video conference, and that ability for people to feel the video conference and experience it at their own pace is really great. And when people experience that, actually it's one of the areas where technology exceeds somebody's expectations, because people don't even realise that that's possible to do technically. What's interesting, and this is very often a generational thing, people want to be able to contact a company in many different ways. They want to be able to IM them, they want to be able to message them on Facebook or Twitter, or they want to be able to phone them up. And organisations in the past have maybe lagged behind in order to be able to provide those different routes of those different channels of communication to their contact centres. So we call this approach multi-channel customer service. And I think what's interesting is there are some organisations which are really setting themselves as market leaders because they are allowing any type of channel to be used for people to contact them. You can also do things like if somebody contacts you on Facebook, you can Facebook them back and say, would you like to have a video conference with our contact centre person and we can sort out your mortgage application or your customer complaint. But what this requires people to do is to really have a holistic view of what their customer experience approach is going to be, or their customer experience strategy. So it's no longer good enough to think that Facebook and Twitter are going to sit out there in the marketing department and the marketing department are going to run around and panic if somebody's saying anything negative. You need it all pulled together as part of your customer experience management approach and view that in a holistic way. And there's some great technology out there that allows you to take all of these channels of communication and then move the customer from different channel to different channel, so they're always within the contact centre. You never lose them. You never make that person repeat their account number multiple times. How much do we hate it when you have to keep giving your account number or repeating what the problem is? So you put the customer at the centre of the interaction and everybody works around that, and that becomes just a far different customer experience, and some organisations are really differentiating themselves by doing that. So a couple of what I think are really important points to bear in mind. Don't pick something that is too complex for your organisation. Think about something that's right-sized for the size of company that you are. But just because it's not too complex doesn't mean that it shouldn't be able to deal with very sophisticated requirements that you might have. So bear that in mind. Read very carefully about the solution and make sure that it doesn't lock you into a particular type of technology or a particular vendor. And those are the types of things that your IT people need to think about, and they're probably thinking about all the time. It needs to be open and standards-based. And probably lastly, there are some really exciting trends going on at the moment around the role of social media and the use of smart devices like tablets and smartphones. Make sure your strategy involves embracing that technology. Don't push it away and think that it's a fly-by-night trend, because it absolutely isn't, and the rate of adoption is showing us that very clearly. But also, if you allow your organisation to embrace those technologies, you stand a very good chance of being able to delight your customers, but also your own employees, and that must be a good thing. So just some things to bear in mind.